Today we are going to start with the new section of topic structural organization in animals, and in that stratified epithelial tissue that we are going to discuss. So here when we talk about the stratified, what is the stratified? More than one layer of cells. If it is present in the tissue, we call it as a stratified or compound tissue. We have seen epithelial tissue, it is divided into two parts. One is simple epithelial tissue and second is compound or stratified epithelial tissue. Simple epithelial tissue, only one layer of cell placed on basement membrane. Stratified epithelial tissue, more than one layer of cell, it is placed on the basal membrane, it forms the epithelial tissue. So when we talk about stratified epithelial tissue, it is further subdivided into type squamous stratified epithelial tissue, number 1. Number 2 type cuboidal stratified epithelial tissue, columnar stratified epithelial tissue. Based on the shape of cells, stratified epithelial tissue, it is also further subdivided into squamous, cuboidal and columnar type of stratified epithelial tissue. We will see one by one. The very first one is squamous, or we can call it as a stratified squamous epithelial tissue. What does it mean? Here you will find, no doubt, the type of cell is, shape of cell is squamous, irregular flat type of cells they are present, polygonal, hexagonal or slightly irregular shape of the cell, but flat type of cells, it does mean squamous. Stratified, more than one layer of cell. If you just have a side look, vertical section, if you just have, these are the cells what we are seeing on that day. These are the flat cells, this is a flat cell, and here you will find this is a basement membrane on which this stratified epithelial tissue it is placed. So here this is one layer of stratified epithelial tissue, this is another layer, this is another layer, this is another layer, this is another layer, another third layer, number fourth layer, number fourth, fifth, sixth. Such type of flat cells, they are present in more than one layer or strata, what we call, that is nothing but flat type of cells placed on one another in more than one layer, that is nothing but stratified squamous epithelial tissue. चपट्या आकाराच्या पेशा एकापेक्षा जास्त लेयर मध्ये असतील तर त्याला आपण स्ट्रॅटिफाइड म्हणतो. चपट्या आकाराच्या पेशा असतील तर स्क्वॅमस. तर हे झालं स्क्वॅमस स्ट्रॅटिफाइड इपिथेलियल टिश्यू आणि हा बेसमेंट मेम्ब्रेन आहे ज्यावरती हे ठेवलेला आहे. Now the question is that what is the exact location where you will find this stratified squamous epithelial tissue? We will see again there are two subtypes of the squamous epithelial tissue. It is further divided into two parts. One is keratinized stratified squamous epithelial and non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelial tissue. This classification it is based on the deposition of a protein known as keratin on the layer of this epithelial tissue. Again I repeat, generally शरीराच्या ज्या भागावर फ्रिक्शन जास्त आहे अशा भागावर किंवा अशा टिश्यूंवरती केराटिन नावाचं एक प्रोटीन which gives strength to the epithelial tissue, it is deposited. आणि असे जर स्ट्रॅटिफाइड स्क्वॅमस इपिथेलियल टिश्यू असतील तर आपण त्याला केराटिनाइज्ड स्ट्रॅटिफाइड स्क्वॅमस इपिथेलियल टिश्यू असं संबोधतो. उदाहरण जर झालं स्किन, नंबर 1 स्किन, नंबर 2 पाम, नंबर 3 सोल. या ठिकाणी केराटिनाइज्ड स्ट्रॅटिफाइड स्क्वॅमस इपिथेलियल टिश्यू हा असतो. What are the examples? Palm. If you just have a look towards the palm, the tissue present on the palm is a little bit hard. It is harder because more than one layer of squamous cell it is present. And keratin, it is deposited on the surface. That's why it is a little bit hard. Palm of the hand, आपल्या हाताचा तळवा किंवा पायाचे तळपाय जे असतात आपले, or sole of our feet, they are little bit harder. Tissue, it is harder because there is a deposition of the keratin. When we talk about these layers of cells, they grow from bottom to top, and as new cells they are formed at the bottom, old cells they will be carried to the surface, and when they come at the surface, the cells after death, you may find there is a deposition of keratin at this layer in keratinized stratified squamous epithelial tissue. Even our skin, that is a very good example of stratified squamous epithelial tissue. What type? Keratinized type. Because all these areas, skin, palm, sole, they are very hard and they give protection to our body. They give strength to our body for the survival. अशा ठिकाणी you will find stratified squamous epithelial tissue, where the friction is more as compared to the other parts of the body. After that, this is a keratinized what we are talking about. There is non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelial also. Here you will find more than one layer, that is one thing, more than one layer of tissue. There is stratified squamous epithelial but no deposition of keratin. No deposition of keratin, it is seen. Where you will find all these things? The very first is linings of esophagus. आपण खाल्लेलं अन्न आतमध्ये जात असताना त्या ठिकाणी घर्षण निर्माण होतं. There is a friction that is found when we engulf the food. So in the lining of the esophagus you will find squamous stratified epithelial tissue. I am talking about non-keratinized type. Second, inner area of the lip. Third, you will find in the vagina. Number 4, anal canal. Anusचं जे कॅनल आहे जिथून विष्ठा बाहेर पडते, anal canal. And number next is the cornea of the eye. At all these points, again I will write here as an example, linings of esophagus, अन्ननलिका च्या lining मध्ये inner part of the mouth or lips you will find in the vagina, you will find in the cornea. Cornea हा कुठे असतो? डोळ्यामध्ये असतो. Next is anal canal. Anal canal. Anus ज्या ठिकाणी विष्ठा आपल्या बाहेर टाकले जातं ते कॅनल जे आहे त्या ठिकाणी पण you will find non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelial tissue. So these are the examples of stratified squamous epithelial tissue. In that, two parts, one is keratinized and another one is the non-keratinized tissue. Number next it comes cuboidal type. What is this cuboidal? Shape of the cells, it is of cube shape. Cells are of cube shape. Again, it is the stratified, it means more than one layer of cells it is present, more than one layer. But if you just have a look towards this picture, this is the basement membrane and new cells they grow from this place to top. Old cells they will move and the top layer, and when you find the top layer shape of cells, it will be little bit smaller, not that perfect cubical, little bit smaller here. But the shape of the cell at the base level, they are very perfectly cuboidal in shape. That's why cuboidal shape of cells placed in more than one layer on the basement membrane, that is nothing but stratified epithelial tissue, stratified cuboidal epithelial tissue. Where it is present? It is present in the ducts of salivary gland, mammary gland, sweat gland, and the linings of the ducts I will give one example. In the linings of duct of various glands, you can take the examples of pancreas. There is one pancreatic duct. In the linings of duct, that is of pancreatic duct, mammary gland, salivary gland. So whatever the ducts which are carrying the saliva, which are carrying the pancreatic juice, which are carrying the milk from the mammary gland, the ducts, they are lined by the cuboidal stratified epithelial tissue. And mainly multi-layered structure, no doubt it gives the protection. Many times it is also secretory in function. So this is about the cuboidal type of stratified epithelial tissue. Next it comes the columnar. Column like cells, columnar, tall cells. But if you just have a look, this is the basement membrane. These are the tall cells. The upper layer is a little bit less taller, again less taller. So if you find the basal layer is perfectly very tall and more than one layer that is stratified, it is a stratified columnar epithelial tissue. Where it is found? It is found in the conjunctiva of the eye, where there is a more friction that is seen in the body. Generally, one more example is there, that is the pharynx. When you swallow the food, there is a intense friction, it is there in the pharyngeal region. So you will find this type of columnar stratified epithelial tissue in specifically the pharynx, as well as it is present in the conjunctiva. We are closing our eyelids and it is touched to the conjunctiva of the eyes. Always there is a friction of eyelid to the conjunctiva. So wherever the more friction it is there, you will find the columnar stratified epithelial tissue it is found. Even ducts of many glands, there you will find the presence of stratified columnar epithelial tissue. Also, male urethra, there also you will find this type of cells. I am talking about the columnar stratified epithelial tissue. So these are the three main types of stratified epithelial tissue. So when we talk about the very first, stratified squamous epithelial tissue, number second, stratified cuboidal epithelial tissue, stratified columnar epithelial tissue, these are very important. The important thing is that where these tissues they are located, generally such types of questions they are asked in the examinations. So concentrate on the location or the examples of the all epithelial tissues. Apart from this, there is one more term used, transitional epithelium. Actually it is type of stratified epithelium, more than one layers. If you just have a very good example, I would like to give that urinary bladder. In urinary bladder, you will find this transitional type of epithelium, stratified epithelium. In urinary bladder, in ureters, even in vagina, you will find this type of transitional type of stratified epithelium. What is transitional type of stratified epithelium? It is a multi-layered epithelial tissue. It is a multi-layered cellular epithelial tissue. It means it is a stratified epithelium made up of more than one layer of cells. When this epithelial tissue, it is at a resting position. But when it is stretched up, you will get a thin unicellular layer of the cells. उदाहरणामध्ये युरिनरी ब्लॅडर जे आहे, युरिनरी ब्लॅडर जे आहे आपलं, त्याच्यामध्ये युरिन नसताना ते अंकुंचन पावलेल्या स्थितीमध्ये असतं, कॉन्ट्रॅक्टेड स्टेट. बट वेन युरिन इज फिल्ड इन, इट विल बी डिस्टेंडेड. अंकुंचन पावलेल्या स्थितीमध्ये when it is contracted, the layer of cells, it is no doubt transitional stratified epithelium. It is thick, multi-layered, it will appear. But when it is stretched or when it is distended because of the urine, when it is filled with urine, डिस्टेंड झाल्यानंतर जसं फुगा फुगवल्यानंतर तो पातळ बनतो आणि मोठा बनतो, अशा वेळेस ते एपिथेलियल टिश्यू इट अपियर्स टू बी सिंगल लेयर ऑफ द सेल. अशा एपिथेलियल टिश्यूला आपण ट्रान्झिशनल स्ट्रॅटिफाईड एपिथेलियल टिश्यू म्हणतो. अशा प्रकारचे जे टिश्यू आहेत युरिनरी ब्लॅडरमध्ये जनरली आपल्या असतो आणि युरेटर्समध्ये पण सापडतो आणि युरेथ्रल पॅसेजमध्ये पण सापडतो, वजानामध्ये पण सापडतो स्त्रियामध्ये. तर दीज आर सम ऑफ द लोकेशन्स वेअर यू फाइंड ट्रान्झिशनल स्ट्रॅटिफाईड एपिथेलियल टिश्यू. I hope that you might have understand the entire things. When you talk about the epithelial tissue, this is a small part given in the NCERT book regarding the junctions of the two cells. When you talk about the simple epithelial tissue, one layer of cells held together. When you talk about stratified epithelial tissue, more than one layer of cells. But when you talk about the epithelial tissue, group of cells organized together placed on the basal membrane. When you talk about these are, for example, this is one cell and this is adhering cells. This is a nucleus, this is a nucleus. So one cell, this is another cell joined together. In epithelial tissue we talk, there is a very, generally in squamous epithelium there is a tight junction it is seen. Tight junctions, they are very tight. There is no intercellular gap it is present. That's what we have studied. But there are three types of junctions it has been given in your NCERT book. The very first junction between these two cells, how this connectivity between these two cells it is based on that. Three types it has been given. Epithelial tissues with tight junctions. In this type of first type of junctions, the two cells they are connected so compactly, there is no any gap in between. Nothing can pass from one cell to another cell. It stops all the substances taken across the tissue. No substance from one cell it can pass into the another cell. And similarly in the another tissue. Nothing can pass from one cell to another cell. Such junction between these two cells, it is known as tight junctions. Next type, adhering junctions. These two cells, they are joined with each other in such a way that this junction it is filled with some sort of cementing substance. Two cells connected by cementing the gap between these two. No doubt the gap it also not allow the things to pass freely. The substances from one cell to another cell, they will not pass on. But this is not that tight junction. It is a adhering junction. It is a little bit gap is there, but very less gap is there. In that matrix substance or cementing substance it is filled. This is known as adhering junction. Number third is gap junction. What is this gap junction? There is one term you might have heard about, plasmodesmosomes. What is this term used? Plasmodesmosomes. In some kind of cells, there is one gap between these two cells. No doubt, cell it is like this, but there is little bit gap in between, so that the material from this cell can pass through this gap into another cell. There is one gap, what we know it as a plasmodesmosomes, which will connect these two cells, which will allow the substances from one cell to pass on through that gap. इथे गॅप आहे, या गॅपमधून ह्या सेलचे सबस्टन्सेस दुसऱ्या सेलमध्ये जाण्याची मुभा अशा प्रकारच्या जंक्शन्समध्ये असते. अशा जंक्शन्सला आपण गॅप जंक्शन्स म्हणतो. कम्युनिकेटेड विथ सेल्स बाय कनेक्टिंग द सायटोप्लाझम. या सायटोप्लाझम सेलचं सायटोप्लाझम it is connected to the cytoplasm of another cell through the gap between the junction, that is gap junctions. So these are the three types of junctions between the cells. When you talk about the epithelial tissue, it is given in your NCERT book, so you must remember tight junctions, adhering junctions and gap junctions. I am talking about the junctions between two cells when we talk about the epithelial tissue. Thank you.